Hi chaps, Simo P here from Beard, Biceps and Batchat. Today I am bringing you a replay of my Cromwell on Kane. The reason I want to do this, or show you this replay, is because I feature a lot of higher tier content on my channel. So I thought I'd show you something that was lower tier, a lot of fun. The Cromwell is probably my favourite tier 6 tank, even more so than the T-34-88. There's a couple of reasons why. It's got really good gun depression, the view range is quite good, it's very quick, and the gun just really complements the Cromwell's speed. So for me, it's a very good tank. Now a quick word on the crew in this tank. It doesn't have any crew skills, so you're going to see detected but not spotted, so that provides a couple of its own unique challenges when playing the tank. It's you have to have a feel for when you should be spotted, but that's not too bad, because it's got speed, so as long as I keep moving, in theory I should be okay, but we'll see as this replay goes on. So what I've done initially is I've been very aggressive and I've spotted the hill on the 5 line. The reason for that is I want to just make use of my speed and my view range as much as possible, just to try and light up some targets for some of the chaps on my team. As you can see, a shot was over our shoulder. We've been detected, so it is time to scoot. And what we want to do is just try and light people up. We've got RT shooting at us, and their team hasn't fully deployed yet, so what I want to do as much as possible is to try and take advantage of that, just light them up, slow their initial deployment down. I know I've spoken about this before, it's been a little bit destructive to the red team, getting my spotted damage in as quickly as possible. Now, this might sound a little strange, but I play this tank in a fairly similar fashion to how I play the Batchat. Now, by that I mean I'm 9 times out of, well, not 9 times out of 10, but for a lot of the gameplay, what I'm actually doing is I'm not actually, as you can see here, wow, that's a special moment. What I'm actually doing here is, what I do a lot of the time is I don't spend a lot of the time actually focusing on the main screen. I'm actually looking at the mini-map. Like the Batchat, the Cromwell has the ability to circle tanks to death. Now, to circle tanks to death, you need to find tanks that are by themselves, unsupported, or that are only supported by one other tank, and then what you do is you proceed to circle them to death. Now, it's a tricky situation. You need to spot a lot of the enemy, know where they are to be able to do that. So I've spotted this cheeky little Hellcat who is being a bright little bugger. There we go, one shot into him, first bit of damage of the game, second shot into him, and we just proceed to circle him to death. He's not supported, we take him out. Well, I say not supported, his support isn't close enough to do any damage, so we take him out, move straight onto the light tank. It's tier 5, he's not going to do much to me, a little bit of a nudge, put the second shot into it, there we go, he's taken out. And then we find this lovely M6 heavy tank, we proceed to do the exact same thing again, just circle of death. What we're looking to do is literally just to use our speed, just to beat their turret rotation as well as their traverse, and he really isn't going to stand a chance of getting a shot into me as long as I don't do anything too stupid. And there's the third kill in the space of about 15-20 seconds. As you can see at this point, we're absolutely decimating their team. Now, I would love to take all the credit for that, but as you can probably see, that's not the case. I've rolled my tank already. I don't want to say fluked, but I've got quite lucky taking out 3 tanks. We've caught this British TD out in the open, so literally all I'm going to do is stay behind him and just throw shots into his back, into his side, into his tracks, and just to take him out. There's not a huge amount he can actually do to me here. As long as I keep behind him, he knows he's pretty much dead at this point. What he's looking to do is just to look for targets. Now, he's getting a little bit of support from a KV-85 that is just over there, so I decide, right, we'll circle you to death as well. So we push on him nice and aggressively at an angle. What I'm trying to do is just to get him to take a shot early that hopefully, if he hits me, my track will eat, because he'll be shooting into my side at an angle, or if I'm really lucky, I'll deflect it. But as you can see, we circle him to death, we track him, the other boys put a load of shots into him, and we get our 4th kill of the game. Now, this is the beauty of the Cromwell. Games are really quick, they're just quick, they're really fun, and this is one of the reasons I'm so looking forward to getting hold of the Cromwell B and to put my Centurion Action 10 crew in that tier 6 premium tank, because it's just going to use all the strengths of the Cromwell, and it should lead to a really good game, or in my thoughts anyway, that's how it will be. So we've headed back to the cap just to reset the cap. Now this Churchill hold down is an absolute nightmare. My gun is not that accurate, so I have to push very aggressively on this tank. Otherwise, at this distance, at that range, in the position he's in, he massively has the advantage. I'm lucky enough where I have enough HP to take 2 hits from him, but I've still got to push aggressively on him just to take away his hold down advantage. And again, as you can probably guess at this point, another circle of death. He's taken out. Someone gets a tracking hit on me. We're still on 4 kills, and we've got 2 reds left to deal with. So as I was saying before, this is a very quick, very dynamic tank to play. I think a lot of you guys will probably enjoy it if you get the chance to get the Cromwell B from the Earn Up for free. Take it, get hold of it. You're going to have an absolute great time playing that tank. It's going to be a good little crew trainer as well, because it's tier 6, so it's going to get a great crew boost rather than gold boost that you see at tier 8 premiums. At this point of the match, it's mop up time. We're trying to hunt down a heavy and nope, just an arty now at this point. So this bit of the gameplay probably not the most exciting you're going to see. So the next video we're going to do will either be a clan fight video that I have from a couple of weeks ago, or it will be some gameplay of my Batchat. Now the channel is obviously called Beard, Biceps and Batchat, and I haven't shown some Batchat gameplay in over a month, so it's probably time I showed a little bit more. I've been playing it quite a lot, as well as my Centurion Action X. Now the reason for that is I've been avoiding grinding tanks, and the sole purpose of that is just to bring my stats up playing tier 10 tanks. I've managed to get it to Unicum monthly. I'm just trying to bring my overall up to Unicum as well, rather than grinding tanks and staying a blueberry for life. So the game's ended. What we've managed to do here is we've managed to walk away with a mastery badge on the Cromwell, almost 6,000 experience, 2.5k damage, 1.5k assisted. We've got the high caliber, we've got the mastery on the Cromwell.